Oh man. You gonna bring Mueller too? Prince Oliver, what have you done? You finally stride into the public stage for the first time in ages, and you engage in this charade? I suppose we were too transparent in the end. Transparent like air. To think that a prince of the empire would plan something like this in the Burrow. Mueller, how could you let this happen? Forgive me, uncle. But do you really think this idiot would listen even if I asked him to stop? Well, besides, there are elements of this which do not sit easily on my conscience. I learned all about the truth behind Hamel during this man's mess. So you did know. How could he not know? Even back then, he was a critical part of the military chain of command. My shame is, no, Zex, I do not blame you. It was a subsection of the Warhawks. I know you had nothing to do with it. A scandal so vile that information about it had to be tightly controlled. I do not agree with the logic, but I understand it. Seal up that which stinks and bury it forever. Those who rule remain in power unblemished. However, I cannot allow the same trick to be played twice. Prince, Zex, you realize it yourself, I'm sure. The incredibly fortuitous addition of these steam tanks to our arsenal. The convenient orders to sortie. Every bit of it has the fingerprints of the Blood and Iron Chancellor himself, Gileath Osborne. What are? He's in contact with Ouroboros. I no longer doubt it. And personally, I find the idea of a Chancellor whose first loyalty is not to the Empire rather repugnant. Don't you? My prince, you can't possibly. But I do indeed. The former military man who has become the Empire's central politician after rising to prominence 10 years ago. The cold-blooded yet bold reformer who laid rails through the Empire and has annexed many of our neighbors through force of arms. I have decided to slay the beloved monster, which has made its nest in our empire. You may call all of this my declaration of war. Unbelievable. My prince, you even realize what you are attempting to accomplish. I like to tell myself I do, at least. He is not only politically strong, but he has de facto control of easily 7/10 of the military. Putting aside neutral people like yourself, all who stand against him are the nation's feudal lords, and their influence weakens by the day. Worse still, my father's trust in him is nearly absolute. The very picture of a monster, I would say. And why even is it not obvious? Because the way he acts is not beautiful. What? My eyes were opened as I traveled Le Burrow. People and countries are at their greatest when they are proud of themselves. And I wish for my people, my fatherland, to feel the same pride. To be proud of accomplishments, not conquests. I hope you can understand, Zex. My prince, you've become quite a man. As they say, only an unwatched pot will boil. It's been 7 years since you took me under your wing to teach me what you knew, Zex. I simply learned to apply what you taught me when you weren't looking. Indeed. Very well, I will pull my forces back. I must remind you, however, that the 3rd Division was merely the vanguard. Osborne is mustering another 10 divisions in the capital. 3 days, and then they march. That's your deadline. Yes, we'll act with all haste, Zex. Mueller, you're going with Prince Oliver, I take it. If things go poorly, bring him back, even if you have to drag him by his collar. I imagine I'll have to do so either way. Men fall out. We are withdrawing to Parm. There we will await new orders. Yes, sir. All right. And so we managed to buy ourselves a little bit of time, at least. Really, though, no one trusts me, it seems. My lamentations truly are ceaseless. Of course they don't, you nitwit. Even I didn't think you had something like this in you. As they say, if you're going to play your cards, throw in all your chips. Besides, you certainly did a good job in arranging all the pieces. You could say we are partners in crime, confederates of love, bees of a flower who have shared of the sweetest honey. I am armed, Olivert. Olivier. Are you finally going to admit it now? Estelle, brilliantly done. Brilliantly done my entire butt. Would you please explain what in the heck is going on? Why, it's exactly as it looks. There was something rotten in the state of Erebonia. I simply dragged it up onto the stage. The stage? And the rest of us couldn't get a peek at the script? As they truly say, if you wish to deceive your foes, deceive your friends. Having the Arseal show up after you negotiate us into a corner. That was the plan Cassius Bright and I came up with. Dad and Olivier, I should have known. Once Dad showed up, I thought that might be it. That was the idea, at least. And here comes deceitful jerk number 2. That's a little cruel, don't you think? I was listening in by phone. You handled those negotiations expertly. Thanks to you, the arrival of the Arseal had all the impact it needed. Listening in by what? Of course, that artifact of yours. Ah, my dear Shara. No more of that, please. It would be a little problematic if he heard about. A little too late on that score, Prince. Uh-oh. Now everybody's here. Kevin's here too. And Julia as well. Your Highness, I heard about the attack on the capital. I am very glad to see you are safe. I'm sorry, Julia. I can only imagine how worried you must have been. Well, part of it's my fault. If I'd finished the Arseal's upgrades, we could have come by to help out ourselves. Unfortunately, Zero Field reinforcing the most advanced ship in the world took a while, if you can believe it. Still glad to see everyone safe. Yeah, hang on. How is the Arseal flying? Made a Zero Field generator big enough for the entire ship? Yes, indeed. The ones I gave you were prototypes I'd whipped up to help design a large-scale version. I've been locked up in the Arseal ever since you left, and now it's finally ready. I see. So in other words, every last bit of this was set up by Dad. Come now, don't say it like I'm a criminal. I simply did what I could to make it easy for you to act. You did this because you wanted to, yes? Well, technically, I guess, but... I don't quite get why you're here though, Kevin. Ah, right. While I was at the cathedral, word came in from the Gralsritter higher-ups. They've been hitting the books. I think I've got a good picture on what kind of thing the Ariel is and how to end this mess. And once I told Cassius about this, I got hogtied and brought out here. Whoa, what? The Ariel is... Yeah, so first of all, the Ariel isn't that floating city itself, really. We think it's an artifact within the city that provides the whole thing with orbal power and helps control the flow of it. The Gospels are basically like distribution thingies for it. Ancient power source for a city. But then, why is it causing all our orbments to shut down? Now we're getting into guesswork, but a couple of really old legends talk about the Ariel striking down threats to the Chosen, meaning all our modern orbments are being seen by it as threats to the Chosen, disabling any possible threat in its area of influence. It's a defense mechanism, essentially. It seems extremely likely, and really, this gives us a ray of hope. Doing something about the entire city would be difficult at best, to its sheer size. But if we can find the actual Ariel somewhere within the city, we may be able to find a way to deal with it. I see. That is an idea. That does sound like a plan, at least. Yes, it seems as though our final goal is well set for us. We should board the Arseal and make our way to the flying city with all haste. The decision to use the Arseal must come from the royal family. Princess, shall we? You don't need to ask. Captain Schwarz, prepare the Arseal for launch. We are heading for the flying city above Valeria Lake. At once, Your Highness. And my bracer friends, please everyone, lend your aid to Liberl in our hour of need. This mission will likely be the last one of this crisis. Well, saying that like it's even a question if we'll go. This is something we should leave up to our leader. Leader? Estelle, we mean you, of course. What? Why so shocked, Estelle? We all have our own stake in this, yes. But one way or another, we've just been tagging along on this wild ride of yours. So, in that sense, Estelle, you're definitely our leader. Well, still not quite ready for it. No, she is. No matter how grim it gets, Estelle never loses hope. That light is always there to guide me, to guide us. That's why only Estelle could ever be our leader. Joshua, not helping. Estelle, your face is red as a beet. Okay, I get it. Chloe, the guild accepts your mission. We'll find the Ariel on the flying city and save Liberl. Thank you. Good, that's finally settled. Now I can get back to headquarters. Dad, you're not coming with us? I'm afraid I can't. They may have retreated for now, but I trust Zex to keep his word. I trust Zex to keep his word, but we can't ignore the larger Erebonian threat. It's not just Haken Gate. They can use non-orbital powered vessels to invade by sea. I also wouldn't be surprised if the Society attempts another raid on Gransel. I can't leave the Royal Army with all this going on. Yeah, I get it. I'll do my best. With Joshua, with everyone. So, Dad, try not to kill yourself with work, okay? It will be a struggle, but don't worry. And Joshua, let me give this to you. Cassius handed a letter to Joshua. A letter? Call it a father's heart. It's between men, so it might be a little shocking for Estelle. Gentle reminder that I'm right here and still have my staff. I'll read it when I have time, Dad. Please do. For the love of... I seriously do not get guy stuff like this. Don't be so harsh, Estelle. I'm taking some time off once this is over. I intend to spend a lot of time at home once I can. Estelle, make sure we can all share some omelet rice then, alright? Yeah, you bet. Omelet rice. Omelet rice. You know, they put egg in fried rice, so I imagine omelet rice could be pretty tasty. You know, I should try making fried rice. Are you sure, Cassius? If you're that worried, you could have gone with them, you know. No, it's fine. Weissman is even more dangerous than I thought he would be. If I accompanied them, I would simply be painting a target on their heads. Yes, if you were out in the open, he'd strike at your ankle like the snake he is. The price of fame, And it is maddeningly frustrating, let me tell you. Of course, this is also what gives us a chance to strike. A game of truth and lies, as the two of you try to read the other. Speaking of lies, do you think the Blood and Iron Chancellor will really hold back? As powerful as he is, he can't gainsay an oath from Prince Olivert easily. As long as we don't give them any more of an opening, I think we'll be safe. I hope so. Everything rests on the team aboard the Arceal then. Yes. Lena and great benevolent Adios of the sky, shine down where your children must walk, please. That beneath this enormous sky, they might find the path they seek. Alright. That was a ultra mega hyper short chapter. But it could also be like ridiculously long if you did all those side quests and stuff. Alrighty. Here we go. Chapter 9. That's the stabilizer wings stored. Helm, accelerate to full speed and set course for the floating city over the lake. Yes, ma'am. Oh, he changed his clothes. Come on, man. Why you do that? What shall we do if the enemy attempts to intercept us? A good question. Why is Nile here? We may need to engage them depending on the ferocity of the attack, but I want to prioritize landfall. Understood. Also, don't worry about mincing words. Regardless of our ranks, aboard this ship, I am your gunnery officer. I am yours to command. Understood. Oh, okay. He's actually like on the seat and flying this thing. That's a little bit of an issue there. You know, I mean, you're basically, this is a top secret airship, and you're letting this guy kind of, you know, learn how to operate some facet of it. I didn't know Mueller could man an orbital ship gun. He trained in the Imperial Army's most advanced armored division. Despite his burly sword-swinging appearance, he is quite capable as a gunner. I'm sorry my appearance doesn't match my skills. Oh, no, that's cool, actually. When did you get the chance to change Prince Olivert? I thought you were coming aboard as a representative of the Empire. That, my friends, was but a front. However, once this is over, my search for love, freedom, and finery shall be at an end. Until then, at least, I wish to dress and be addressed as I please. To you, I shall always be Olivier. Dressing up for the funeral, huh? What would the people of Erebonia say if they knew? I cannot say I care in the slightest. How about it, my good reporters? Would you care for a scandalous tell-all interview with an Erebonian prince? Hang on, you serious? Ooh, I better get lots of pictures then. Please, I beg you, do not take any of the nonsense coming from his mouth seriously. That aside, how come you two are coming along, Nile? Wait, if I may guess, Grandmother wished for you to ride along, as you did during the incident with the dragon. Got it in one, Your Highness. Her Majesty put in a good word for us with Brigadier General Bright. He allowed us to come along as war correspondents. I got lots of pictures of you being amazing at the gate, Princess Claudia. I'll show them to you when they're developed. Well, thank you, Dorothy. How does she manage to suck the seriousness out of a room every time? Oh yeah, Grandpa, is our zero field generator okay? Yes, it's working fine for the moment. Assuming nothing happens, it should get us that flying city easily enough. One sec. So if something does happen, all we got is prayers? Oh, yes. Without the generator, we crash, no question. The impact would surely kill us all instantly, or the subsequent explosion would. Professor, you really know how to calm a girl's fears. Thanks. Radar contact. 5 ships on an intercept course. Evasive maneuvers. Here they come. Those look like the high-speed interceptors that were docked on the Glorious. Not really bothering with stealth at this point, are they? Arm the main gun and maintain full speed. Target only the ships that obstruct our course. We will focus on breaking through. Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh. That is a big cannon. Hey, just in time. Bogies 1, 2, and 5 disabled. 3 and 4 disengaging. We did it! Fantastic! Goodness me! So this is what the future of aerial warfare looks like. Main gun is incredible. It has quite a bit of power, but virtually no recoil, even for an orbital weapon. It's fantastically accurate. Of course it is. To be honest, I would have liked to mount some point defense guns with radar tracking as well, but one project at a time, I suppose. Radar counter adios. Contact is 250 ARG in length, approaching at 8 o'clock. That could only be. And here comes the Glorious. Joshua, do you know anything about the performance or armament of that thing? The Arceal can easily outmaneuver and outrun it, but it has gigantic main cannons and large batteries of point defense guns. There's no way we can attack it directly and live. Blast it. Turn to 4 o'clock in flank speed. Lux, get us over the city and avoid fire from that monster's guns. Aye aye. That was very dramatic. I think we're out of the Glorious's firing range. That was scary. I think about half the nerves in my body are now shot, yes. Yeah, my heart's about to burst from my chest. Still, there's not much else the enemy can do to us at this point, right? No, we shouldn't let our guard down. Alright, calm down, Agate. Yeah, the society has a bad tendency of ignoring stuff like common gosh darn sense. We need to watch out until the second we land. There's an opening in the clouds ahead. We are entering the floating island's airspace. On the bear. We're now over the flying city, ma'am. Wow. Holy Stragus. This is the jewel of the ancient Zemuria. Even more mind-blowing than I imagined. Look at that enormous tower-like structure. I'd put good money on that being an important part of the island. for going to land, I'd put down near that, Captain. That's a good idea, because I was thinking the same thing. Echo, anything on radar? The Glorious? One moment. No enemy contacts within 50 Selg. We seem to have left the Glorious in our dust, ma'am. Good. Lux, slow to 1/3 impulse and begin landing sequence. Put us near that tower. Yes, ma'am. All right, bracers. I'll meet you in transporter room 3. Dorothy? If you're out of photo quartz already, girl, I swear. Oh no, I have plenty of that. But isn't there something weird over there? I mean, yeah, we're on a city that we've never seen. What the? Oh, no way. What in the world? Oh, no. Let us see, then. What will you do when your wings of hope are ripped from your back? Finale. Trails in the Sky. Roll credits.